pruning shears.
These are not any good for pruning. They're just good for doing grafting. They have this see, they have that edge there.
Oh yeah.
Really nice for going. You know, for pruning. They're worthless.
So that's the ones that you use for grafting.
All I use for. The only thing I use this for is for grafting.
So is from cuttings the only way to do fig trees, or?
I don't know any other way.
I mean, it doesn't produce a seed or anything?
No. I mean, the seeds are really small, and the fig, you eat them figs, and the seeds are tiny. Maybe they'll grow from that, but I don't know.
So this is your fig tree.
I'm just going to cut these.
Way down there at the bottom.
Later I'm going to come back and cut all this out. I'm going to do this for you right now. So I'm going to clear a lot of this out, but these are some nice long pieces. Take.
And so what do I do now with this?
Take all the leaves off.
All of them? All of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just a stick.
And you can cut sections like, you know, a foot, 16 inches long.
Okay.
And then bury it all in the ground.
The whole thing, 16 inches down.
You see at each joint where there was like leaves.
Right.
All these places, it'll root.
Oh.
And so the more you have in the ground, you see here, is always see how this is already starting to develop right there. I was laying on the ground and see how these roots are just starting to happen. And so as this lays buried, it's going to root all these multiple places. You're going to have a really nice root system coming out of your tree. Put a stake in the ground where you put it, because you'll forget where it was, because you won't see anything until like summer next year.
Right.
All of a sudden you walk in there, oh look at that, what is that? Is that a weed? Oh no, that's that fig I planted last year, and it's growing. So
is there a correct upside down? Does it matter if it's one direction or the other?
It doesn't matter. You want to put it the way it grew.
Just like
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And so every 16 inches of this,
and you
cut,
can, you know, and
then just
you can
right into the ground.
You can do like a dozen out of that. You know.
Oh yeah.
A lot of pieces. You know. So
Hey, one question on talking about trees that root themselves. Whatever did happen? Why did the willow tree fall, or why did it die off?
Well, willow trees don't last long, and they're rotted from the inside, and so the whole center of the tree, because it's not living, rotted, and because it had no structure, no support, it just leaned over. It leaned over, and when it leaned over, then it re-rooted into the ground. I'm hoping it is. I can't see yet, but I'm hoping as it lays, because I love the shape and I want to keep it. So because I'm hoping it'll re-root there and just continue to grow. Just kind of on its side. I mean, yeah. Wow. But willows are not long-lasting trees. Same with alders. God created them to establish the ground, build the ground for conifers. You ever notice when they log, the first thing that comes back and no one plants them are alders? Oh, really? There's a reason for that. Because alders have nitrogen-fixing nodules on their roots, and they're building the soil for the next generation of conifers. Then as the conifers start to grow and get big, all the alders break up and become compost. But they've built the soil for those conifers. It's just a process. It's so amazing. And it's so interesting. Back in the late 80s, the government thought they would be so smart, and they'd go out and use 2,4-D and kill all the alders in the woods after they logged. We're going to have nothing but nice green fir trees, no alders in our way. And all their fir trees were yellow and funky looking. And they realized, like, duh, there's a reason for these alders. They have nitrogen-fixing nodules on their roots, and they're building the soil. And see, every fall they drop all their needles, and they're doing all this support to the ground to develop soil for those big conifers. That when they get big, all the alders are gone, but they built the soil. And you just look at nature, the design is so perfect. It's just like, duh. It's just so, when you clear cut, alders come in to build soil for next generation. It's just like... Never even noticed that before. That's cool. It's phenomenal, and there's a reason for it. It's not coincidental or accidental. The Creator knows what He's doing, and He even is able to fix our mistakes if we get out of His way.